Alright, welcome back everybody. This is the second video in our top 5 champions in each class series, and today, oh yeah, we're diving into the skill class. If you missed the first one on the mutant class, it's the first link down in the description. Go check that out, it was fire. And listen, if you're rocking with this series and you want to see me go crazy and actually do a top 10 champions in each class series, then you already know what to do. Smash that like button. Let's set the bar at 1,000 likes. I know you guys can crush it. I've seen you do it before. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it. So, the skill class lately? Man, it's been stacked. We've had a bunch of new champs drop, some seriously interesting ones too, and a couple of the old school ones got some spicy buffs. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was scratching my head a bit trying to put all of them together and rank them for this top 5. Number 5, Yelena Belova. Alright, before anybody starts typing in the comments, let me just clear this up. She's here in this top 5 mainly because of how good of a defender she is. Like, you know how Onslaught is just that overall well-balanced monster in the game? Yelena Belova is like that, but in the defender lane. If you don't know how to deal with her whole observation mode and elimination mode thing, good luck. You're gonna have a nightmare taking her down. Because it's not just that you can't touch her, you'll literally die trying. So yeah, when you're fighting her, you better know exactly how to force her to switch modes and manage all that nonsense. And hey, if you want me to drop a dedicated How to Fight Yelena Belova video, just drop it in the comments. Let's see how many of you actually want that on the channel. But yeah, she's not just a nightmare on defense, she's also a seriously good attacker, and that's why she's cracking this top 5 list. She's good at both, and she does both better than most. Number 4, Crossbones. This guy, aged like a fine wine, man. Been in the game since May 2016, almost 10 years, and now he's sitting in the top 5 list like it's nothing. I love seeing stuff like this. OG champions still keeping up and throwing down with the big boys in today's meta. Crossbones right now is just wild. His damage? Absolutely nuts. And the utility? Purifying debuffs left and right, plus the fact he doesn't crit, makes him both a defensive headache and an offensive weapon. The second you actually run him in the current meta, you'll see how dangerous and powerful this guy really is. Number 3, Bullseye. Man, Bullseye is still one of the most painful defenders in the whole game. Yeah, sure, we've had a ton of new counters released lately, but I still think he deserves a solid spot in my top 5 skill list. Bullseye is just a great champ to have in your roster. He's way more valuable as a top-tier defender, but here's the thing, he's also a super underrated attacker. Most people don't even realize how strong he is offensively until they actually use him. If you don't bring a solid counter, or you don't know how to deal with him, this guy will straight up ruin your day. He'll slip through your defenses like butter, and before you know it, boom, fight over. Definitely still worthy of that top 5 spot. Number 2, Okoye. This is actually her first time making it into my top 5 list for skill champions. Last time I did this, she was super new, and Kabam was in the middle of planning some changes for her. And honestly, at that time, she was kind of the problem child for the game team. But now, we've had time. People have tested her, the devs made all the adjustments they wanted, and I think now is the perfect time to finally have a solid opinion. Okoye is an absolute debuff demon. The amount of damage she can put out and the sheer number of debuffs she applies is just ridiculous. She melts through millions of hit points so fast, it's actually crazy. She stacks both bleeds and shocks on her opponent, and those things tick for insane amounts of damage. I'll be real with you. I haven't pulled her yet, and I don't have a ton of hands-on experience, but I've seen players straight up nuke bosses for millions of damage in seconds. One more thing I love about her, she's got inbuilt dexterity, and that actually makes a few masteries even stronger. Plus, she's critting constantly and flooding the screen with red damage numbers from all that damage over time. Put it all together, and that's why she's sitting pretty at the number 2 spot on my list. Number 1, Nick freaking Fury. Still the god of the skill class, the savior, the OG, the guy who's bailed out the skill class not once, but twice. First time was way back in 2019. The skill class was in the dirt. No real powerhouses, barely any strong options. The old champs were stale and untouched. It was rough. Then Fury shows up and completely changes the game. I still remember people losing their minds over that second life ability. It was so unique, so annoying, and so game-changing. Then, fast forward to recently, 7-star rarity drops and the skill class is struggling again. Limited good 7-star options, nothing really scary in that pool. And then, boom. Nick Fury comes in as a 7-star during the Heart of Fire event, and just like that, he saves the skill class again. Man, a 7-star Nick Fury in Battlegrounds? Absolute nightmare. That second life is tricky to deal with. You burn all your tools, taking him down the first time, and then, just when you think you've got it, timer runs out, he heals back to 100%, and time's up. Your opponent wins. It's not even about skill at that point. It's about pure timing. Frustrating doesn't even begin to cover it. But that's why he's still the king. Not just because of that second life safety net, but because he's an insanely strong champ overall. The damage is wild, and if you can take advantage of that unblockable passive in his second life, you have full control of the fight. Absolutely nutty champion, through and through. And that's the list, folks. My top 5 skill champions right now. Now, you know I always love seeing your takes, so if you think I missed someone or your list looks different, drop it down in the comments. Let's get that debate going. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and you want to keep this series going strong, smash that like button. Let's hit 1,000 likes on this one. You guys crushed it last time. I know you can do it again. The next video in this series is going to be top 5 science champions. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button, ring that bell icon, and stay tuned because it's about to get crazy. All right, I'm out. Catch you in the next one.